Happy New Year! It is time for the Edmonton area updated market stats so you can find out what is happening in the local Edmonton market for resale and also new home construction. And for a little extra icing on this update cupcake, I also include surrounding area. So you got to stick around because you don't want to miss the best stats in Edmonton. Hey everybody, my name is Leanna Martens. I am a local Edmonton real estate agent and I help people relocate and I also help local Edmonton buyers and sellers. So without any further ado, let's start with the Edmonton resale market stats. Let's get after it. All right, friends. So it is excellent news for sellers and I was going to say cautionary news for buyers, but basically it's a seller's market, friends. So what that means is it's not in a buyer's favor. So the things that I'm going to be watching out for moving forward, just to best inform my relocations and my buyers, regardless if you're relocating, you're coming into a lower market, but it's going to be a faster paced market. So you need to make sure that you've got somebody working with you that understands the local Edmonton market and especially a seller's market to make sure that you're positioned, because when you are not here, when you're doing virtual showings, when you're doing all these things, it's a little bit different. So we're talking about this market right now. We have low inventory and we have higher demand. So let's see what exactly that means. So you can see this is the year to date. I very rarely look at month over month because real estate is seasonal. The month over month, we want to see, is it a stronger market now, a weaker market now? And then how does that inform you as a buyer or as a seller to be strategic in terms of how you approach the market? So you can see that year over year, listings went down and it consistently was down, but it was still balanced, right? It was moving into more of a balanced market through November and December. But check this out, man. This really took a nosedive. So that's not like huge because, you know, unless you really have to sell, lots of people want to stay put where they are at Christmas time. You don't want to move because you want to be with your family. So, but we still have sales quite high. So year over year, our sales are up almost 21%. So that's where you get the imbalance in supply and demand. So you can see that there is not enough supply and high demand. When we're looking at pricing, what we are seeing as a result, you always see these correlates, is when there's high demand, there's high competition. When there's high competition, people will pay more for that product. So you've got your sales prices 10% up year over year. So if you're a seller, this is a great time for you. There's certain inventory that is stronger and hotter, certain price points that are stronger and hotter. Now, if we look at that's a single family. We're looking at duplexes. It's up really very close. It's about 10%, same thing now. If we're looking at row homes, 10% as well. And condos are up 20%? What? Okay, that is crazy. Isn't that interesting and amazing for some sellers? Let's go into just the days on market. So when there's high demand, basically your days on market are going to go down. So we're looking at 44 days on market, which is surprising. I would have expected that to be around the 30s. So residential attack 33, row homes 36, and apartment condominium 56. That doesn't reflect the increase in price or the demand. So that is interesting and somewhat inconsistent. So once you get out there, what really matters, these are going to be helpful in terms of making decisions, figuring out what kind of market you're entering. Then you got to talk to your realtor and figure out what's happening with your specific area, whether you are buying or selling, what type of home, what type of community, what type of neighborhood, what type of price point. And then you're going to find out what's specific to you. Because remember, these are generals and overalls. And that's overall in, for example, there's 1,000, basically 2,000 home sales. So let's get into now the new home construction. We've wrapped up the resale market. That's what this is, wrapping that up. Let's move on to the new home construction sold map. So this is going to be anything outside of the Anthony Henday in all of our surrounding communities, like St. Albert, Leduc, Stony Plain, Beaumont, Spruce Grove. So we can have a look at what's moving there, where are the price points overall, and what kind of volume is there. All right, so this is the new home construction sold map for the last 30 days. And you can see anything that's going to be inside this ring road, which is the Anthony Henday. So you can see that 79, there's 138 homes sold and that there's 2 homes right there. That just means they're infill homes. So that means that an older home's been torn down and then a new property's been built. That's not what we're looking at. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you can see we've got Beaumont down here as well. So Beaumont and Leduc. So there was nothing sold in Leduc. You can see Spruce Grove and Stony. They have had 7 sales. You had 7 in Sherwood Park, and then you only had 3 in St. Albert. So the lion's share, typically, you're going to get, 2/3 of these sales in Edmonton, and the remaining third will be in the surrounding communities. Let's have a look at what these prices are. So you, as a buyer, if indeed you are a buyer, and you are trying to determine, like the market's competitive. If you've been watching me, you're following, you understand this is a seller's market. You want to figure out what should you be prepared to pay. Are you going to be paying list price? Are you paying above list price? How much above list price? What does that look like? So let's have a look and see what has happened here over the last 30 days. So this is the sold data, which is wonderful for you guys to be able to get kind of like a peek behind the curtains so you can see what was actually purchased. What was the actual purchase price? So the overall average, this is for Edmonton. So out of that 138, 102 of them, right? Like I said, right around 2/3 of them, a little more, were in Edmonton, and the builders got 98% of the purchase price. So interesting, a little more negotiation over this last month. Previous months were right at list. And Leduc, you only had 9 sold in Leduc. 99% of list is what builders were getting. And let me go back, actually. Sorry, I want you to actually know what the average price is as well. So prices are up 10%. The average price was $606, so that is definitely up from the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, you're really around 5s. Interesting. And this also could be what was sold. You've got another, so you've got some higher value properties. 847, 97, 70. Oh, you had a $2 million home that was sold as well. That likely is an infill. So that's increased the average overall. So typically that's not where it would be. You can see 520. It typically sits right around 5, low 5s. Leduc, the average price, sold price is 520, and we're gonna zip into Spruce Grove. So Spruce Grove, 7 total sales, a 97% sold to list price ratio. So that means that the builders got 97%. Average price point there was 41. So those are gonna be half duplexes. They won't be single family. St. Albert, 99% builders got, and their average price was 636. You tend to see higher value properties, especially in the newer home construction, because where a lot of the newer home construction in St. Albert is in a higher end community, and it's a relatively small community, so you only have so much. And then we've got Strathcona, which is Sherwood Park. Average price point there, 504, and sold to list. That means the builders got 97%. So your overall over 138 homes was 98% and $588,000. Again, that price is a little bit skewed high because of some higher value properties that were sold. Let's get into one of these and let's do a home tour so you can see if you think the value is worth it. Okay, so this is a St. Albert home. So this is built by Claire Custom Homes, and it's built in Erin Ridge. So I wanted to show you this because Erin Ridge is a fantastic community, and it sold for $840,000 over list price. It's a 2,500 square foot walkout basement, fully finished, backs onto a pond, has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. So let's have a look. Very much like it. Listen, I love herringbone. Herringbone is so beautiful. And I'm going to assume that's an engineered hardwood. Let's hope it is. I think it is. I'm not a big fan of, I don't like that these islands are that small now. You're seeing a lot of builders build these islands small, and at that price point, I'd want a bigger island. You got 4. It looks okay. I just like the larger island. It's nice. The 2-tone cabinetry, that full tile all the way up. Interesting, that black line at the top with the cupboards. I've seen that quite a bit with certain builders, and they've done a black slate tile, and then you've got these kind of recessed tray ceiling feature. Open concept, quite nice. This one did include the appliances, just so you know. There's a kind of butler's pantry, and then that's your main floor bath, and then the entry has that open to below, which is nice. And then you've got your bonus room. So remember, it's the 4 beds plus this bonus room. And there's your master ensuite. I do like it. Double sinks, double vanity, bath, and shower. And then we've got the extra rooms, walk-ins. Each have walk-in closets. There's your second bath on that main. And then this is the walkout. So they popped right into the walkout. And you can see that it backs onto the pond, which is gorgeous. And then you've got your wet bar down there as well, and an extra room. So 3 up, 1 down. Very, very nice. So thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end. This one was a bit longer with my additional commentary. Leanna Martens, Edmonton real estate agent. So if you're considering a relocation, make sure you reach out to me and my team. Info below, because we take the stress out and we make it easy. If you are a local Edmonton seller or buyer, of course, you can reach out as well. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.